Leeds nil, Manchester United nil. Bit of a lacklustre game in the end, very flat from Manchester United. Leeds weren't their usual self in my opinion, had very few chances, if any. And Manchester United had a few kind of half chances, but it was a poor standard of game. The quality of football wasn't great. A point apiece for each team. Match notes: Bruno free kick, Greenwood got his head to it, went straight to the keeper. Lindelof then put a long ball over the top, one of his trademark moves, who Rashford collected, but scuffed his shot, so it didn't trouble the keeper. Bruno then had a free kick, which he hit, and Bruno then had a free kick, which actually hit Maguire on the knee. Didn't really have time to adjust to it, and it looped up and went out for a goal kick. Harrison, who I thought had a very lively start for the first 20 minutes or so for Leeds. Very lively. Bruno then had another free kick, went over the bar though. Ayling then put a cross across the box, and Fred put it out for a corner. Dallas then had a straight shot at Henderson after Bruno Fernandes lost it just outside the edge of the box. Got away with that one a little bit. Bruno then another free kick. Bamford flicked it over for a corner. Rashford then had a dipping free kick, which Meslier palmed over. It was kind of central though, but a good effort from Rashford nonetheless. One of them knuckleball attempts. Shaw then took a corner. Maguire, free, unmarked header, and he skies it. He has to be getting that on target for me. That was the first half, so not a great deal of chances. The ones that were very, half chances, really. Second half, Bruno had a shot that was narrowly wide. Fred then made a very good pass, I thought, to put Mason Greenwood through, but the keeper dealt with it pretty easily. Costa then had a deflected shot from Aaron Wan-Bissaka that looped just onto the roof of the net and was very close to maybe troubling Henderson. Click then had a straight shot that went straight at Henderson, who he was obviously come on as a sub. Click. Ayling then had a long shot straight at Henderson again. Then the last few things, Greenwood had a weak effort which just trickled to Meslier. And Donny van de Beek come on for 2 minutes at the end. A joke again for Donny, but that doesn't surprise me anymore. But I had to note that down because, again, late substitutions from Ollie. Don't know why he's not making changes earlier, because we're clearly not winning the game. So again, the substitutions from Ollie, shocking. Cavani come on at... let me just get... So, Donny come on, Pogba come on, and Cavani come on, but they all come on late. Pogba come on for Dan James and went on the left. Donny come on for Fred for 2 minutes. And Cavani come on for Rashford near the end, maybe 5 minutes or so. I'd give all the subs, I'll get into the match ratings in a minute, but all the subs would get an average because they just didn't have a lot of time. But again, late substitutions from Ollie when make changes, especially in Fred and McTominay, for creation, because in terms of creation today from both sides, but especially for Manchester United, the forwards and the attackers and the wingers aren't getting the service from the midfield. And that's because the McTominay and Fred aren't good enough. I thought Fred had just above an average game today for his standards, but it's still not good enough. And I thought McTominay was poor today. So we need some creativity in the midfield. Bruno's obviously playing a lot higher up, sometimes as a number 9 at times in his positioning. So we definitely need someone further back. That's why Pogba should have started today. Or Donny van de Beek. So... match ratings, Henderson, I give an average. Didn't really have anything to do today. A couple of straight shots at him. Very quiet. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, I'd give just above an average. I was going to give him below for the first half, for at least half of the first half, because I thought Harrison was causing him problems for a little while. But then he settled down and Harrison got quiet. So overall game, I thought he had a very strong second half. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, I'd give him a 6. Lindelof, I thought was really good today with his long balls and his passing especially. And defensively in that, wasn't really troubled. I thought he was better than Maguire. So I'd give him a 7. Maguire I'd give a 6 to, just above average. I do think that header though, that's unmarked from a corner, he's got to be getting that on target. But other than that, I thought he was solid. So a 6 for Maguire. Luke Shaw, standard performance from Shaw. And his standard performance is always above average. So 7 for Shaw. He was quality again today. McTominay I thought was really poor today. He pinged the ball in at Fred at close range in the first half that nearly put Fred in trouble to give the ball away just outside of their box when he should be putting a forward pass forward, when he should be making a forward pass, and instead he goes sideways but really launches it at Fred at close distance. And Fred did pretty well to deal with it, even though I think he might have lost the ball a little bit, but like it didn't develop into anything, but it easily could have. And that's something that McTominay, there's no need for him to do that. And I just thought he didn't offer no creation. He was losing the ball a lot. His passing was poor again. And I thought Fred was better than him today, and I'm not a fan of Fred. So McTominay gets a 3. Fred I would give just above an average with a 6. I thought his energy was good. I thought his passing was pretty good. And I just thought he had an okay game today. So 6 for Fred. Greenwood I'd give a 6 to as well. Looked lively in spells. There's a few points though where he's attacking on the edge of the box or going into the box, and he's got his head down and he's just driving and not looking for the open man. There was one point in the second half where he did that, and Bruno's waiting on the edge of the box, and Greenwood don't see him because he don't pick his head up, and I think they get a corner from it, but Bruno was going mental after because he's clearly unmarked, and all he's got to do is take a little look and give it to him. But that's the only thing with Greenwood. I thought he had a pretty good game, but he needs to pick his head up a bit more for me. Bruno I'd give a 6 to as well. Involved in spells. Another frustrating afternoon though for Bruno. Lacked service to himself from the midfield, from the likes of Fred and McTominay to then develop play. So pretty quiet for him. He had that one shot that went narrowly wide. But a frustrating afternoon for Bruno, but I still give him above average with a 6. Dan James I thought was poor today. Didn't really notice him at all, and a few bits that he was involved. There was a point where I think Bruno crossed it to him along the floor, and he's central to have a shot, and he tries to take too many touches when he should probably hit it first time, and he loses the ball, and Bruno was going mad at him for that. So I thought he was poor today, Dan James, so I give him a 3. And Rashford I would give a 6 to. I thought he looked quite lively today, but he's clearly still not fit. He had a good free kick attempt, as I said, and he looked lively. He put a ball across the floor at one point. I think it was for Dan James as well, and it didn't develop into anything, obviously, but a few little glimpses here and there. I thought he did okay considering that he's clearly not fit. So 6 for Rashford. Donny, Pogba and Cavani I'd give an average 2 over 5. Didn't have a great deal of time, as I said. Man of the match for me is between Lindelof and Shaw. I'm going to give it to Lindelof today. I could easily give it to Shaw, but I'm going to give it to Lindelof. A few good moments from him. I thought his ball over the top for Rashford as well was superb, but his passing overall, and I just think that he stood out. Him and Shaw for me. So Lindelof I would give my man of the match to. Ollie I would give a 3 out of 10 today, because we might have got a point and it was away, but you're not being brave enough for me, and the late substitutions, it's not good enough. There's no excuse for it. Bring them on at half-time or 60 minutes, not 75 plus, do you know what I mean? Or later than, or whatever it was. Can't remember exactly when it was, but I know Donny got 2 or 3 minutes. It's not good enough, and there's no need for it, especially when you're drawing and you're not already ahead in the game. What are you waiting for? So late substitutions from Ollie and a point. I think we should be beating them today. I thought we were a better team still. Even though there weren't a great deal of chances, I still think we were a better team. So I think we should have won today. So it's disappointing for me. Get a point, but it's disappointing. Ollie gets a 3 for me today. And we've got Roma, semi-final Europa League, Thursday night, 8 o'clock kickoff. I will be back then, guys. Yeah, it's not a loss today, but it kind of feels like one to me a little bit. So 0-0, Leeds United versus Manchester United. And I'll be back Thursday, guys.